Oil prices continue to rise, but I want to focus on something behind the scenes. Big tech is more involved with the oil and gas industry than they're willing to admit to. I want to talk about Rush Limbaugh's last words that it was specific to giving us a hint as to what's going on in the background. And why is Saudi Arabia such good friends with the administration that took out Donald Trump? I'm Sean Pruitt, president of Kingdom Exploration. If you like this channel, please subscribe. Brent crude right now, $63.83. WTI crude, $60.48. We haven't seen these prices since 2019. Oil prices continue to rise. Put your thinking caps on for a second here. This report was written May 19, 2020. New Greenpeace report exposes big tech connection to big oil. The report, Oil in the Cloud, How Tech Companies Are Helping Big Oil Profit from Climate Destruction, shows how Silicon Valley is helping big oil make the climate crisis worse. San Francisco, California, a new Greenpeace USA report shows how Silicon Valley is helping big oil make the climate crisis worse. The report, Oil in the Cloud, How Tech Companies Are Helping Big Oil Profit from Climate Destruction, exposes how the world's biggest cloud companies are helping oil corporations discover, extract, refine, distribute oil and gas. Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are getting rich through lucrative contracts for cloud computing and other artificial intelligence. I want you guys to hear this again. They're exposing how the world's biggest cloud companies are helping oil corporations discover, extract, refine, and distribute oil and gas. Here's something you got to ask yourself. Why would big tech get involved with oil and gas and then try to destroy the oil and gas industry? It sounds irrational, but think about it. It's brilliant. They get rid of all the competition, and now they're the only game in town. Now they want to control energy. Now, let me ask you something. Is it a coincidence that during the pandemic, that Amazon became the richest company in the world? They destroyed brick and mortar. Again, he's selling the same tech that Best Buy sells, that these other electronic stores sell, but he's putting them out of business. He's getting rid of the competition. Amazon's doing it. And now look, green tech is here to save the day. They are promoting green tech, and they are anti-fossil fuels. They're anti-conservative voices. Why? They're trying to get rid of the competition. Okay. Now, it sounds like, to me, this sounds like socialism. I mean, you look at Germany, you look at Cuba, you look at China. They control businesses. They tell you what companies you can build, and they take the profits for themselves, telling you how much to pay people. Let's remove let's take our blinders off for a second, and let's put on our thinking caps. Let's think about this. What if Amazon? What if Twitter? What if Facebook? What if Google? What if they were really deep state government companies that were set up by the government themselves? And what if this is really a big facade that, oh, Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, these guys are real people, that they came up with these brilliant ideas. Mark Zuckerberg was a dropout, and he came up with Facebook, and he built it to as big as it is today. Elon Musk did the same thing. Google, one of the most brilliant algorithms in the world that's involved in every aspect of your life in every country, is controlled by a few private citizens. Do you really believe that the government would allow that? Do you really believe that they're brilliant enough to come up with something so complicated as the Amazon servers, as Google technology, the algorithms, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and all these guys? You got to ask yourself this question. Why are they so involved in politics? Why are they so anti-Donald Trump? Why are they trying to close the mouth of the conservative voice? You got to ask yourself that question. Why are they so in line with the Biden administration and the Obama administration policies? You got to ask yourself that question. Stop being so blind. They're anti-oil, but they're involved in oil and gas. So I want you guys to listen on our Rush Limbaugh's last words, and it'll give you a clue as to what is actually happening.
So they're trying to ram through this impeachment business so that they can discredit anything he says anytime he says it. Because they're worried. You know what they're worried about here? Trump wants a library. He must never have. Who are these people? to decide whether an ex-president deserves a library or not. If he can raise the money for it, then he can do a library. That's how it happens. Do you know who bankrolled many ex-presidents' libraries in the, shall we say, 2000s and the 1990s? Do you know who did it? You know who the primary funders or bankrollees were? No, it was not Mr. Soros. It was Prince Bandar El Sultan and his friends from Saudi Arabia. Do I need to remind you that the king of Saudi, the late king, King Abdullah Abziz El Saud, whatever, came over and visited George W. Bush for barbecue and stuff at the Texas Ranch. And while he was here, the ambassador to the United States from Saudi Arabia was Bandar bin Sultan. I think that was his name. He had homes all over the place, and the Saudis were worried the guy was becoming too Americanized and wouldn't go back to the home country, Saudi Arabia. I don't know if he did or not, but no, the king of Saudi Arabia was, for Clinton, I think. I don't know if it was major, but I know he was a participating fundraiser, donor. And the same thing for George W. Bush and maybe George H.W. Bush. That's one of the reasons for the alliance that we've had with Saudi Arabia. The point is, if you can raise the money for your library, then it's not up to the Washington Post whether you get one or not, what they're worried about. Can you imagine a Trump presidential library? We have the Clinton library.
What is Rush alluding to? Why would he focus on something like this? Because he knows there's something going on in the background. Look, the big tech, they only want you to see what they want you to see. That's why they shut Trump's Twitter feed off. That's why they're trying to shut down conservative voices. That's why they shut down Parler. The Middle East is funding these extravagant libraries for ex-presidents. What else are they funding? Biden policies, these recent executive orders to shut down the Keystone Pipeline, to shut down development of oil and gas in Alaska and on federal lands, different parts of the country. Who does this benefit? It doesn't benefit America. I mean, get ready for our gas prices to skyrocket. Energy prices are going to skyrocket. Who does this benefit? It benefits big tech. Why? They're probably owned by the government. It benefits the Middle East. Why would they want it to benefit the Middle East? Why would they want to benefit Putin? Because they don't care about America. They care about their pocketbooks. They care about control. They care about power. Why is Biden not condemning China? They asked Biden a question about the camps in China where they are brainwashing them to become part of the Communist Chinese Party. Why didn't Biden condemn that? You got to ask yourself that question. But this to me looks like communism covered up by the face of Jeff Bezos, covered up by the face of these business owners that happen to be living the American dream. I don't buy that for a second. The government allows it because they have more control than you realize. And so the big tech, they're focused on destroying the fossil fuel industry while they're making billions from the fossil fuel industry. Amazon is making billions and billions of dollars on shutting down mom and pop stores. He's taking our family businesses away. Now, I'm not anti-big tech. I'm not anti-Amazon. I use Amazon all the time. But you got to ask yourself, what is really going on behind the scenes? How was he risen to be one of the richest people in the world in such a short span of time during a pandemic when all the other Americans were going broke? That should piss you off. That should piss you off to know that the guys that broke their backs to build this country and their jobs and their businesses are being shut down to guys like Jeff Bezos, to Twitter, to Facebook. I mean, if you're not in good graces with Facebook, your business could and your following could be shut down overnight. Same with Twitter. Same with all the other majors out there. Guys, I'm here to tell you that with the policies in place, they are pro-Middle East. They are pro-Russia. They are pro lining their pockets with money, and they don't care about you. When Donald Trump was in office, oil prices dropped down to as low as $30 a barrel. But now that Biden is in office, oil prices have doubled, and they're going to continue to rise. Now, I'm okay with high oil prices, but I'm not okay with it destroying American families. I'm not okay with them shutting down the shale oil and gas industry specifically just to control energy. Green tech and fossil fuels develop energy, and big tech wants to control all of it. And they're lying to all of us. They're getting everyone to believe, hey, fossil fuels is evil, global warming is destroying the world, and we need to invest money in green tech. And who makes all the money? Big tech. The $2 trillion that Biden is trying to release for green tech is going to big tech. Now, all of those private mom and pops that are drilling for oil and gas, now they got to go work for the big boys because they can't afford to work anymore. They can't drill on federal lands and what have you. And what happens? Now it's communism. Now you go from having your own way of life, controlling your own destiny, making millions of dollars to making whatever they choose to pay you. How is that not communism? How is that not socialism? How is that not control? You think about how many people are working for Amazon now. How many of those individuals used to own their own businesses, but now they can't compete with Amazon, and now they go work for them. If you can't beat them, join them kind of deal. I mean, how is that not communism? You got to ask yourself that question. I'm Sean Pruitt, president of Kingdom Exploration. If you like this channel, please subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.